Hi, it's Mona again from Back Pain Movement Makers. And today it's day 23 in our 365 days free challenge, where we go live every day to talk about healing back pain for good and also living a fulfilled life through the 10 daily holistic healing habits that I have been receiving from the highest consciousness through trance channeling. Okay, now we are working on the fourth habit. Just have to check that. Yes, the fourth habit. And this is a physical habit for the human part of us. There are five spiritual daily holistic healing habit, and there are five more for the physical, the human part of us. This has to do with breathing. It has to do with both breathing fresh air, and it also has to do with breathing intentionally to be controlling our heart speed, our heart rate, and also decreasing the stress hormones in our bodies. And also there is another function as well, and that has to do with a deep breathing. And tomorrow I'm going to give you a link to Satori method. Satori method, there are a married couple as well from the United States. Then they are teaching Qigong, and you have seen Tristan walk you through. If you have seen all the films, the videos so far, when we talked about exercising, I gave you a link to their morning Qigong exercise that Thomas and I do every day or every weekday. And I try to do it at least one of the weekend days. I'm kind of lazy. But if I skip too much, then I will suffer because of it, because I will have both stiffness and pain as well. Well, tomorrow they have presented a free video on YouTube, and I'm going to give you the link to that. And they are going to talk about all the good reasons why breathing exercises works so well. And so I'm not going to talk that much about it. Today, I'm going to give you a very, very quick exercise or method to be able to control freaking out, stressing out, overwhelm, anxiety. I've been suffering from anxiety and being worried most of my life. And I had a very overprotected mother when I grew up, and I was the only child, so that gave that anxiety quite some room. But anyway, so I have learned to deal with that and accept tapping. If you know that you have special tapping points that you touch, for example, and you have tapping points that you tap on while you're thinking special anxiety creating thoughts, and you do this tapping pattern until it goes away. You could also tap on to prevent anxiety. So when you're not feeling stressed out, you can tap on those points as well. And if you want to know more about tapping, I think you should learn from the best, and that is Nick Ortner. The Tapping Solution, I think his book and his program is called. It's really, really, really good. And it's so amazingly effective. But I use it mostly, for example, if I'm sick to my stomach. I have got a flu that makes me throw up, and I have to be in the bathroom for quite some times. I really hate to throw up. It's really nasty. So then I use tapping. And if I feel um, really anxious, but I'm not anxious in that kind of levels today. So, but I really recommend that. Today, my favorite is this one. Okay. You just put your hands on your heart chakra, close your eyes, and just watch your breathing. And if you're really stressed out, you could begin counting. And then you should just have your attention on calming down your breathing, not just watching it. Because if you are stressed out and if you're overwhelmed and having a kind of panic attack, that will not help. And a panic attack, this won't help for that either. Then I really recommend the tapping solution, because that is, it's more effective, if I put it that way. But this is when you feel that you're becoming to be nervous about something. Before I began these videos, and now I'm kind of used to it, but in the beginning my heart was racing. Then I did this exercise so I could calm down my breathing, so I wouldn't be that nervous. Okay. And you have to be focused on calming your breathing down. So you put your hands on your heart chakra, and then you're just focused on, now I'm going to calm down my breathing. You can also ask your guides and teachers and also the highest consciousness for help. Thank you for helping me to slow down my breathing. And then you just sit there. And you try to still your chest. You should not hold your breath, because that could be uncomfortable. Now I practice this so much, so just by touching there, closing my eyes, and focusing on slowing the breathing down, it works immediately. So this is something about taking control back of your mind, not letting the ego run you or your life. And this is very important. It's linked to being conscious and present as much as possible, the first daily holistic healing habit. But this is very effective, because if we are breathing too shallow, then we won't have that oxygen that down deep down in our breath, in our lungs, and that is not very good, because the kind of used air will stay in the bottom of your lungs, and that is not good at all. So now we have talked about calming this down, breathing down. And if you want to have even more effectiveness on this, less so you want to use your breathing to become even more healthier, then you do this preferably outdoors, and then not in the middle of the city where you have all the environment pollution and so on. But it's better to be outdoors than if you have bad air indoors. Okay. So I do this sometimes if I'm kind of worried. I'm not that often, but I used to do this before I went to sleep. I go outside just on the porch, then just doing this, closing my eyes, holding my hands on my heart chakra, and thus just being focused on, now I'm going to calm my breathing down. And to be outdoors in nature is a very, very healing experience. So if you are living where you can get some relaxation from being outdoors, we really recommend that you do this exercise outdoors. Okay. This is a very short one today, but tomorrow, as I said, I'm going to give you the link to Satori Methods breathing techniques that they did that video after Tristan had lost his mother in COVID. And because those 3 exercises, there are 3 breathing exercises that takes less than 3 minutes to do, but it's a 53 long video where they walk you through everything about breathing and why they do this and so on. So I really recommend that. And I'm going to give you a exact minute if you just want to get the exercises. I think they are kind of packed in one session at the end. So I will give you that. I will have to check that out for tomorrow. But anyways, that is what happens tomorrow, and hopefully see you tomorrow again. Much love. Bye.